There is one type of person who I regularly see regret not divorcing sooner. This is based on my experience as a family law attorney for 17 years, and not once have I seen this type of person say, yeah, I'm glad that I waited to divorce, and every single time they've wished that they did it sooner. This person is the female breadwinner. Now, I'm not talking about a person where she and her husband decided that he was going to be a stay-at-home dad and he took care of the kids in the house. I'm talking about a woman who worked hard at her career and was very successful, and she begged her husband to have at least a decent job, but he refused to do so. Instead, maybe he worked part-time or just did a fun, low-paying job and then spent a lot of time either playing golf or playing video games. And the woman stayed because she was worried about divorce and the effect on the kids. And then when you're splitting wealth that only you work to accumulate, and you also were the one taking care of the home and the kids, it is very painful. And it also affects your older kids. You have less money to pay for college and to help them as adults. If you're in the situation and trying to decide if you should stay until the kids are adults, I strongly suggest you try to find a woman who was in the situation and stayed and get her advice.
Okay, FYI. Okay, this woman's a family law attorney. I'm a pickup artist. I can see something that she can't. And you probably all can too. So the fact that whenever a woman with money, right, or a high-paying job or a career, whatever, marries a guy who's a bum, who plays video games all day, who doesn't want to really work except, you know, like some low-paying job or work at the toll booth or something like that, part-time. The reason why she's marrying that guy is because he's hot, right? Because he's a Chad. That's why. Whenever you see these marriages where the woman is making all sorts of money and the guy just sits at home doing nothing, goofing off, you know, just philangering around, it's because the guy's hot, right? He can get away with that behavior. No different than a marriage where you're married to like a hot wife who just doesn't want to do anything all day. She knows she doesn't have to, right? That somebody else will come along and pick up the pieces. So, because typically these women who are, you know, like high paying, you know, like CEOs or just have really good jobs, these female breadwinners, so to speak, they almost always want to get with a guy who is making more money than them, right? They will get with the CEO if they're only the CFO, right? They will get with the president of the company if they're just like a secretary, right? They'll always try to go for a guy who's making a lot more money than they are, right? However, in the rare circumstances that she gets with a guy who's kind of a loser, while she's out there working hard, you know, making all the money for the house, it's because she married a guy who is way outside of her league, right? And the guy is just taking advantage of the situation. Simple as that. And she doesn't want to leave because he's the hot guy, right? So that's why you're having, that's why you get that dynamic where, you know, you get a woman with money, you know, married to a guy who doesn't have money. Because I tell you right now, a woman who makes money is not going to marry some average looking Joe, right? She's not going to marry some dude with a pot belly, balding hair, short. No. The guy that she's talking about with the husband at home who doesn't want to do anything, guarantee this dude's over 6 feet tall, probably has six-pack abs, you know, probably just wants to work as a personal trainer on the side, you know, while he talks up other women while his wife is at work. That's the situation she's dealing with. You know, she could have gotten herself a guy who was on her level. She could have gotten herself a Beta Brad provider, right? Or somebody who at least would have helped out. However, she doesn't want that, right? She wants the good-looking guy. She wants the tall guy. That's what she wants, so that's why she's in this situation where, you know, her husband's basically a bum while she's busting her ass at work, and she's finally just starting to get a little tired of it after a while, right? This woman is probably now in her 30s and whatnot, and she's starting to, as most women in their 30s do, they go through their epiphany phase where they realize, like, okay, dating these bad boys really doesn't get me anything. It doesn't get me anywhere. You know, it doesn't help my situation, especially financially. Maybe it's time I start looking at the beta provider, right? Stop looking at these alpha chaps, start looking at the beta brads, right? And So, yeah, because in most situations, women date the alphas and marry the beta, right? Like 98, 99% of the situations out there, they date the alpha and marry the beta. But in this case, these rare circumstances, you have these women who date the alphas when they're young, and then they try to marry the alpha. And then this is what happens, right? So, let's go on to the next one, shall we? All right.
How hard is it to date after a divorce? You haven't gotten over your feelings, the feelings of betrayal, anger, resentment, bitterness. This baggage makes it so much more difficult for you to date. The other part of this is that you're divorced and the women that you're going out with are also going to be divorced. You have two people who carry baggage, and it's hard to sort that out because you haven't healed and had enough time to understand what happened in the last relationship. That's why it's so hard to date after your divorce.
Okay, so here is another situation that she's talking about here, but fails to really just identify the elephant in the room, right? And the elephant in the room are that these women, the reason why they have so much baggage, resentment, anger towards their ex is because they married the bad boy, right? We're just talking about this. They married the guy who cheats, who steals, who abuses them. They married that dude. Meanwhile, passing up all of these quote unquote nice men, nice guys that pedestalize women, that love women, that just want to be good guys. They passed up all those dudes, right, in their dating career. So now they're out there, now they're divorcees because they're tired of getting ran through by the bad boys of the world. And now she's saying like she's gonna connect with other divorced women, which many of these divorced women do. They join these divorced women's forums and divorced women's groups and divorced women's meetups. They meet other divorced women who are also carrying this emotional baggage from from marrying bad boys, who continue that behavior in their marriage. So now they're going to go out there looking for the beta Brad and finally go out there, giving the nice guys a shot. Meanwhile, carrying all this baggage that they accumulated from their own piss poor decisions of dating all of these bad boys. Okay? All these piss poor decisions dating these bad boys. I had to look out my hotel window here. I see a plane like coming in. I'm like, son of a bitch, is that coming towards my hotel room? It's not. But it looked like it for a sec because I'm pretty high up. In any case, so these women are carrying all of this emotional baggage from dating these bad men that now you, Beta Brad, you, Mr. Nice Guy, you, Mr. Blue Pill, will have to sort out and deal with. You're going to have to be paying for Chad's mistakes that he made in that relationship. Chad's bad behavior. You, you little man, have to make up for that, even though you probably never treated women like that in your life, right? You've never been anything but faithful to women in your life. You've never been anything but a good guy. Oh, now you're going to be treated like you are the enemy. You're going to be demonized because of all the baggage she's carrying around from these failed relationships we had with Chad. And this just goes back to that very fundamental red pill lesson that I teach you guys over and over and over. This is why you don't date women over the age of 30, especially ones that have been divorced, right? Especially ones that have kids, single mom. I can't tell you guys enough. If they're over 30, they are DG. I don't know why you guys sometimes try to fight me on this. Sometimes you guys will message me on IG or something and say, Em, I met this great girl. Man, she's awesome. She's not anything like you say, Em. She's 33. And she's nurturing, she's feminine, she's submissive, she's not anything what you say. I think I'm going to give her a chance. And I'm like, look at my watch, like, okay, get back to me when she starts to DG on you, right? When she starts to act out, when she starts going clubbing without you, when she starts, going back to her little hoe phase or her party girl phase and starts hanging out with those girlfriends, I always tell these guys, dude, I don't care what you tell me, how submissive she is, how obedient she is, how nurturing she is. Why, if she's all of these great things, why is she still single at 33? Right? Especially being a hot girl. There's no bigger red flag than that. You're a hot girl that's submissive, obedient, and loves men, and you're still single at 33? Something's not adding up here. right? It's like a half-price Ferrari sitting on a lot, 50% off for the last 20 years. You got to go, wait a minute. This thing's 50% off. If it's so great, well, how come nobody's purchased it? In any case, guys, drop your comments below, and I'll see you in my next one. All right, this is M from the 33 Secrets signing out here with the Lamborghini. Yes, it's my Lambo. Go to Matt Cross Official, my IG, see the entire process of me purchasing this vehicle. It took about 2 months to close, and the same guy who delivered my DeLorean also delivered my Lamborghini. TJ at Florida Exotic Transport. If you ever need to transport a muscle car, exotic car, he's your man. So, very excited about this vehicle. It's actually a pretty rare find. It's Rossifesto Red, which is one of the rarest colors for Lamborghini. It's a $14,880 option, believe it or not. I was on a hunt for one for over 2 years, just like I was my DeLorean. Finally found one. It's got super low miles, 11K, not bad. And we're going to be featuring this car a lot more here on the channel for many years to come. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? Whew. Oh my gosh, take a look at this. It hasn't dried yet, but I'm still putting this on there. It's my IG tag. But as always, gentlemen, make sure you smash that like button. Smash that like button below. Do it for the Lamborghini and the DeLorean. I still have it, by the way. I'm not selling the DeLorean. I'll probably keep this car for a little bit, but DeLorean is going to stay. So we'll get the DeLorean back on here pretty soon. But enjoy the Lamborghini. And again, smash the like button. Smash that subscribe button as well. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 months to mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there into the world and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world now are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making it happen every single week. And I want you to become one of us. I want you to join us. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me in mastery. So take advantage of it. It's the best way to support my work. If you love what I'm doing here, if you love what I'm teaching you here, and you feel like I've added value to your life, this is the best way to pay me back. Get into my monthly online coaching program, 7 months of mastery. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out with the Lambo. Till next time. Whew, so sweet.